Hello everyone and welcome to Sparkle English, my channel where I teach you how to improve your level of English. In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you about the indefinite articles a and an, and when we use each one. We use indefinite articles when we are referring to an unspecified thing. For example, I have a meeting on Friday. She has an appointment next week. But how can you determine when to use a and when to use an? Well, we have to follow this rule. When the indefinite article comes before a word beginning with a consonant sound, we use a. For example, a dog, a baby, a friend. However, when the indefinite article comes before a word beginning with a vowel sound, we use an. Remember, the vowels in English are A, E, I, O, and U. For example, an instrument, an apple, an object, an egg. Now, it's very important to mention that many people get confused because not all words that begin with a consonant begin with a consonant sound, and not all words that begin with a vowel begin with a vowel sound. For example, let's compare these two words, umbrella and university. Both words begin with the vowel U, but they begin with very different sounds. Umbrella, university. Umbrella begins with a vowel sound, so we say an umbrella. However, university begins with a consonant sound, so we say a university. Let's look at another example and compare these two words. House and hour. Both begin with the consonant H, but they have very different sounds. We would say a house, but we would say an hour. The H is silent in the word hour, and so it begins with a vowel sound. So remember to always listen to the beginning sound of the word before using a or an, and not just focusing on whether it begins with a consonant or vowel. So now we are going to do a 10-question quiz to test what you have learned in this lesson. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to read all 10 questions for you first, and then afterwards we will correct them together. Remember to listen for the beginning sound of each word. Question 1. Do you have minute? I need to ask you something. 2. I'd like piece of cake, please. 3. He had interesting idea. 4. She's dating European man. 5. It was one-time deal. It won't happen again. 6. We need egg and a cup of sugar for this recipe. 7. Bernard was honest man. 8. That was historical moment in Canadian history. 9. Can you grab umbrella? It's raining. And finally, question 10. I'm going to have quick nap. Okay, so let's answer these. Number 1, do you have a minute? I need to ask you something. Minute begins with a consonant sound, so we write a. Number 2, I'd like a piece of cake, please. Again, piece begins with a consonant sound, p, so we write a piece. Number 3, he had an interesting idea. Interesting begins with a vowel sound, interesting, so we write an. Now, number 4 is tricky. She's dating a European man. Now, European begins with an E, which is a vowel, but it does not have a vowel sound. It has a consonant sound. The word European has a Y sound, much like year or you. So we say a European man. So we have to write a because it has a consonant sound. Number 5. This is another tricky one. It was a one-time deal. It won't happen again. One begins with an O, but again, it does not have a vowel sound. It has a consonant sound, W, one, like the word wonder. So we have to write a. Number 6, we need an egg and a cup of sugar for this recipe. Egg begins with an E and it has a vowel sound, egg. Very different from European, which has a Y sound. Number 7, Bernard was an honest man. The word honest begins with a consonant, but again, it has a vowel sound. The H is silent. Honest man. Honest man, like octopus, has a vowel sound. Number 8, that was a historical moment in Canadian history. Now again, this word historical begins with an H, but this H is not silent. Historical, like house. And because we pronounce the H, it has a consonant sound, so we say a historical moment. Number 9, can you grab an umbrella? Umbrella begins with a U and it has a vowel sound, umbrella. And finally, question 10. I'm going to have a quick nap. Quick begins with a consonant sound, so we write a. Okay, so let me know in the comment section how many you got correct out of 10, and if you have any questions about when to use a or an. If you like this video, please click like and make sure to subscribe to Sparkle English for more videos just like this one, and I will see you in my next lesson.